Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers.
Jen, look what I found. Can you see this?
Fucking
It's going to be backwards. You see what it says?
Radio studio.
Radio. I found an old radio studio sign.
Are you going to put that up behind you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that is neat.
My plan is to build a set behind me like that looks like the match game. So when we do Doom Halls.
You know, you can do that virtually if you use AI. You could do it right now.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that, Mom. Virtually. I can cut a sheet of plywood. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. What if your dogs bonk their heads on it? They're trying to get to you instead because you always pick them up and hug them.
I'm going to do it where I can wheel it in and wheel it out.
Oh, you know that's so brilliant. What you need is one of those, you know, the old,
you know what? It just came to me. Yeah. Yes, like an old chalkboard.
On casters. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody who's not our internet is like a
chalkboard. What's chalk for? Chalk.
The fuck is who's using chalk?
Chalk talk. They think we're talking about Kansas. You know, the University of Kansas. Chalk talk.
Oh, yeah, no. It's where I'm not. I'm talking about back in the olden times. Before the wars.
Do you remember? Did you ever have to clean the erasers as punishment?
Who are you talking to? Of course I had to clean.
I did too. Wow. We would have been friends. We would have gotten in so much trouble in elementary
school. I got called into the vice principal's office so much. It's like I had my own chair in there.
I got called to the principal's office. And you know what I said? I started with a compliment. I said, well, finally I have a woman for a principal. And she was like, whatever you did, I love you. You're forgiven.
Look at you being smart. No, I was always in trouble. Travis Summerlin calling me in there and be like, now, boy, I don't know what you're up to this time. I'd be like, Mr. Summerlin, I ain't do nothing. But I did. And he knew it. He knew.
He knew.
He called me in there one time. It was like, hey, what are you going to do about this yearbook problem? I go, yearbook problem?
What?
Yeah. So they wwere silly enough to make me editor of the yearbook when I was a senior. And so
I love that.
Yeah. And so he goes, and I mean, this was like 1990. So this was big money back then. He's like, well, yearbook's like $22,000 in the hole. And I was like, why did I do that? I just got elected to this position.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is some pressure.
Yeah. So I threw a bake sale.
That's like an extra added doom. You threw a bake sale?
Yeah. I made
we always did car washes in Eastern Washington.
I had to do some of that crap.
Yeah.
And like it didn't do anything. He just wanted me to.
Did you have to sell those chocolate bars? The world's greatest chocolate bars.
Yes, I fucked around with band.
Did you ever have to sell for band
candles?
Pizza kits? Pizza kits?
No, we had to sell candles.
Us too.
And we had to sell chocolate bars.
Us too.
We sold something else like
posters,
raffles to win a trip somewhere.
Wrapping paper kits. We had to do that too.
It was we had to do all that crap.
Hit me with the doom hole.
I don't know. Let me see.
Just pick one.
No, I got one.
You do?
I was rambling on about being in trouble.
You were rambling?
No, of course not.
Teasing you.
This is from the Wrap, everybody.
The Wrap?
The Wrap.
Okay.
Wrap.com.
All right.
From March 30th. So it's fresh off the doom hole.
Wow, it is.
The New York Times fires freelancer over AI plagiarism. The New York Times cut ties with freelancer Alex Preston on March 30th after discovering he used an AI tool to help draft a January 6th book review that contained similarities to an August Guardian book review.
Oh my God.
The paper appended an editor's note, notified the Guardian, and said unauthorized AI use and unattributed text violate its journalistic standards. Preston admitted the error and will no longer write for the paper. Huh.
Oh my God. But it's also proof that AI grabbed the Guardian's review and just basically cribbed it. So he used AI, but then AI, there's more proof that AI just steals stuff. Right?
I think the gist of this. All right, well, you know what? I'll just let me actually just look at it. Editors have pinned the note to a book review written earlier this year by a freelance critic who told the Times after publication that he had used an AI tool to assist him in producing the piece. The tool produced similarities to a book review published in The Guardian, which our editor's note makes clear. For staff journalists and freelance writers alike, reliance on AI and inclusion of unattributed work by another writer is a serious violation of the Times' integrity and fundamental journalistic standards. Preston told the Times he had not used AI to help draft any of his stories. The paper notified The Guardian about the similarities and on Monday added an editor's note, blah, blah, blah. The spokesman added that Preston, who had written 6 reviews between 2021 and 2026, will no longer write for the paper. Preston told the Wrap in an email he used an AI editing tool improperly on a draft I had written, and that he failed to catch overlapping language from the Guardian review. He says he took responsibility immediately. The Times has been vocal about maintaining transparency and journalistic ethics as it experiments with generative AI. So, yeah. So,
you think he used something like Grammarly or something?
You know,
we don't know.
It's hard to.
We don't know what the tool was.
It had to have been more severe for them to, because I mean, isn't Grammarly like basically it's an editing tool that has an AI component now? Because it used to just be an editing thing. And now
I know,
it's like
but it adds these suggestions to make it, I mean, they definitely very heavy with the AI.
I feel like from what I'm reading here is that it did suggest things, and probably to suggest things to his review, it was pulling stuff out of this Guardian review.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
he
may not have.
You know what makes me mad about this is how many young journalist students would die for the opportunity to write some actual book reviews for the New York Times. And he just basically walked into that job and, you know, he's been there for 5 years. You said 2021 to present until he was fired. He took it for granted.
Yeah, I mean, and to the, you know, he it does say he was a freelancer that you know had written for the Times, but just to get yourself, I mean, just to get yourself published in any capacity in a paper like the Times,
yeah. You know, couldn't actually write original script or
original. What is he? The journalistic equivalent of like the kid that makes their parents go to the save on drugs at like 9:45 at night because they have to do a project in the next day.
Exactly.
You gotta get poster board and glue, and it's got to be turned in tomorrow. You know, what are you doing, bro? Like,
thanks for the warning. Or I need 3 dozen cupcakes by tomorrow morning for school. I'm like, I'll be up all night.
I bet you got hit by that too.
Just a few times. I mean, really, my kids were so good when they gave me prior warning. They were wonderful. They're the shit, man.
Aww,
good humans. Well, let's doomhole that one.
Not the kids, but this writer guy.
That's right.
Doomhole. Kids are angels. Doomhole. Doomhola. Don't sue me, Ricola, but that's an opportunity.
Doomhola. I know that horn though. God, I was just so worried when you were using that horn. That was bad. Is that when you had the doctor's appointment?
No,
Okay.
It should have been though.
Was it related?
I really thought I was headed to the ER. Okay. This is relevant. Bluesky users respond with overwhelming disgust to platform's new AI.
Oh, good for them.
In quotes, cool. How do we block it? This is by our buddy Victor Tangerman again at Futurism, everyone.
Futurism. We love you.
Everybody. In its early days, Twitter alternative Bluesky tried to paint itself as a safe haven from the onslaught of AI.
Yeah.
Promising in November 2024 that it had no intention of scraping user-generated posts to train AI models. It was a shot across the bow, clearly aimed at its rival X, formerly Twitter, still Twitter.
Yeah, everybody calls it Twitter. Whatever.
Which it's Twitter and it's GIF. Everyone, it starts with a fucking G.
I thought it was like a soft G.
No, I know. It starts with a fucking G. Which
like George.
That's me. Victor didn't write any of that stuff. Which had recently changed.
And he didn't cuss.
No, he didn't. But I bet you if we have a couple drinks, we get him off
Loosen
on a
him
tangent. Yeah. Had recently changed its terms of service to allow just that. And since then, backlash to AI slop and relentless AI integrations has grown to new heights.
Yeah, it has.
I mean,
I like to think we contributed to that.
Victor's not wrong.
He isn't.
So it shouldn't come as a surprise that Bluesky's abrupt foray into AI isn't sitting well with its notoriously anti-AI user base.
Yeah.
Specifically, the company's chief innovation officer, Jay Graber.
Oh my God.
Graber. Maybe it's 1B. I don't
that's
know how
Graber.
to do that. Okay. Sorry, Jay. Jay Graber, who stepped down as CEO earlier this month. Oh, Jay was like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Before this happened. Yeah.
To focus on exploring new ideas.
Hope he doesn't end up at Substack.
At the company announced a new AI app called Addy. Attie. At a conference over the weekend. Addy, which interim CEO Tony Schneider referred to as a new product that's not part of the Bluesky app, in an interview with TechCrunch, allows users to essentially vibe code their own custom feed using natural language prompts, or even build their own Bluesky app alternative on top of the service's Atmosphere protocol.
Wow.
How long do we sit in meetings to come up with some bullshit like Atmosphere protocol?
No kidding.
Yeah. An ecosystem of interoperable social applications. I don't know what word. I'm from East Texas.
I feel like they made it up.
I don't know what that fucking word is, but I know that I can tell you right now that Atmosphere protocol is bullshit.
It feels like it because it's sky. Isn't it blue sky? And so everything's atmosphere,
God damn it. What does this fucking word mean? How do you say it? Makes me so mad.
You're at war with one word.
Can you hear me clicking over there?
I can feel it. I can feel the tension between you and this word.
Interoperable.
Oh, interoperable.
Relating to systems, especially of computers or so this is a bullshit word too.
Yeah, it is.
Relating to systems, especially of computers or telecommunications that are capable of working together without being specifically configured to do so.
Well, that's called interconnected.
Why did we need an impronounceable
integrated
word?
I thought integrated was the same word.
I mean,
they just made up a word.
What are the fucking synonyms for this? I'll do a deep dive later. I'll write a whole Substack post.
I know. I feel it coming. You're so mad about
There's
this
a word that I couldn't pronounce, and I'm mad. Okay. You control it. You shape it without having to write code or know how to set up these feeds, Schneider enthused. Now, that's all good in theory, okay?
I guess.
Because, remember when making a blog used to be such a pain in the ass?
It was terrible. You had the blocks and it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time,
no matter how you formatted it, it always it never lined up like you wanted it to, and or it never lined up for me anyway.
Never.
Until I was just like, fuck, fuck blogs.
And then the pictures.
I'm just gonna go be a stripper. That's what I said.
That's probably what a lot of people said.
I know. Yeah.
Wow. Bluesky. I bet you a lot of people left them after this. They were probably really pissed.
Let's get to where people are pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. Given the immediate reactions to the new app, it may struggle to catch on. These ought to be good.
Whoa.
Thanks. We're good. No need to explain it further. One user replied to Graber after she announced it in a Saturday post. Oh, cool. Another one added, how do we block it?
Yeah.
Me looking for who the fuck wants this.
Yeah.
Reads the caption of a meme.
Yeah.
Graber appeared to be aware of the inflow of hatred for the idea. When a user told her that we don't want it, she replied with a curt, then don't use it. It's a separate app. That's how you get the people on your side.
Oh my God, the passive aggressive war over a Bluesky.
Yes. Once again, thank you, Victor.
I'm so
Tangier,
happy
everyone.
for you using Addie.
Yeah.
That is messed up, man.
Once again, man,
also, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants any of this shit.
If you want to vibe code your feed anywhere, what you do is go, oh, I really like the vibe of Jesse, for example, on Substack. So let me see who he follows. And you go, oh, those are cool people. Maybe I'll follow them. Or you have an artist. You're like, oh, I love this. So I'm going to go check out who they're following.
Exactly.
And you make your own vibe code. You don't need some AI interface. And this Graber, wow, I wonder if she's going to be toast, because I wonder how many users they lost over it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what. I mean, I went to Bluesky just to check it out, as I did all things at the time.
Right.
And I wasn't even leaving Twitter for it. I'd been off Twitter for years. And I don't know. It was just kind of like it's the same thing as that. What's the Zuckerberg one? What? Threads.
Oh, Threads.
It's called Threads. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah. So it wasn't for you.
Well, it's just, remember how much fun it used to be to interact with everybody on Twitter?
I know.
And how much fun we used to have?
It used to be.
It doesn't matter which Twitter-like platform you switch over to. It's the same thing, because people aren't fun anymore. Sorry.
Except for on Substack. I feel like we have found some fun people. Well, let's doomhole that one.
Yeah.
Good riddance. Is that it for this week, or do you got anything else for us? Our ears. There was so much hate in that one.
I don't. I'm very damaged by that word. I can't even remember what it was.
I can feel it. You're so sad about it. It's not only damaged, you're kind of sad about it.
We don't need to read this dumb story, but here's just a headline for you. SoftBank has taken on a new $40 billion loan to help it cover its $30 billion commitment to invest in OpenAI.
So they're taking out a loan to give money to OpenAI?
Yeah, who's loaning them this money? I'm telling you.
It's all a game. It's all a game. Same bag of money.
It's one big techno circle jerk is exactly what it is.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it just keeps going around in a circle.
I agree. Yeah, I know. And you seemed really down about that yesterday. And I was just like, no, I am manifesting that this thing is going to blow up and nobody's going to want to save it. I feel like this is a very special time, because we're starting to see indicators where even if politicians have to pretend they care about humans more than this AI, Silicon Valley billionaires, they're going to wear that hat because they want to be reelected. And I just think they're not going to say it's too big to fail. It's not going to be a thing with this. I swear.
That's just what I keep seeing, because
nobody's going to fall on this knife. Who's going to fall on this knife?
I mean, OpenAI just raised another $120 billion. You know what I mean?
Really? Did they?
Yeah,
But
they
really,
did.
did they?
I could be off on the number, but it's over 100 billion. It's right around
From
there.
who? Is it
I-
more Microsoft? Because
I
them and
don't
Microsoft are in a pissing
understand where.
match right
Yeah,
now.
I know. I don't.
They're
get
competing for the same contracts right now with Palantir and all the other ones. So
Yeah,
it's like, who the fuck is coming up with this money? I feel
so
like
I
it's
was just
all
like, you know what? This is all gonna collapse. And then it's going to be a thing where like, well, we can't let all the tech companies fail.
No,
You know what I mean? So
I
like,
know you were really
we're
down,
paying it off. You
but
know?
I am really focused on what weaving a new storyline where it
And
all collapses on itself.
that's where my head should be, but it
Yes,
wasn't
let's
there
do it.
yesterday.
I know. Well, because you're a human being and I get there some days too. And then you get me laughing. That's why we're doing this doom hole is to get it all out there instead of inside of us, which is so toxic.
And I'm not even a genius. I don't know
You
anything
are.
about finances and
Nova
stuff like
said
that.
you're a genius.
Well, okay, Nova did. Yeah, Nova's also a clanker that doesn't remember who I am after she told me I was a genius. But you know what I mean? Like
It feels
I'm just
fake.
I'm just a normal dude. And I'm
Yeah.
like sitting there going, this isn't real.
No, it doesn't feel real at all. I mean, if they're rolling in the money, but yet they're all also the same week, there's headlines of where they're mothballing data centers. They had names for them. They broke them into 3 parts because they couldn't be like one big thing. And they had to break it into a number of parts because they couldn't get the money together for them. They couldn't get the GPUs together, whatever the things are, the CPUs, all the things. They couldn't get their act together. In funding was dropping off. Their stock or whatever, certain stocks have been kind of falling out this week. None of it's fucking real. And they don't take it seriously, the impact that they could be having on actual markets and actual human beings. They don't care.
This is why they're all building bunkers.
Yeah, like with 1,000 acres around them.
Yeah.
Where they don't have the scarecrows. That was the weird thing I learned about this week is, we all have those big box stores and different things where they have those, they look like a white box at the bottom, and then they have a tall pole, and then there's like some solar panels, and there's usually a blue light and a camera at the top. Those actually have a name. We talked about it during the episode about policing, predictive policing. They're called scarecrows, and they're collecting all this data. And I don't even know what it has to do with what you're saying, but I think that a lot of people hate them. Like I now see them, and now that I know that they're called scarecrows, I go into a parking lot and go, I don't really need to shop here. And I turn around and I leave. And I find it at a mini mart or somewhere else because they're so off-putting.
Have you ever gotten one of those pictures in the mail where like you were 3 miles over the speed limit and they took a picture of you and like send you a ticket?
Oh, that's so creepy. Well,
Yeah.
No. Are those flat cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and they've had those things for years. People hate that shit. You be out like, and you catch me going 3 miles over the,
But that made me want to look it up. Okay. So, no, but the flock cameras, there's actually a website. I can't find it right now. I did like it yesterday on Twitter or X, but there's a website that you can go to and you can navigate your way to different things and avoid those flock cameras. And it's very amazing that somebody thought to do that. Now they're probably using clankers to figure this out, but I kind of love that use of
as far
clankers.
As I'm concerned, that's good use of clankers.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's really creepy, but these scarecrows are my thing this week is they really freak me out and I am avoiding them ever since Monique and Alex were on and they were talking about that bot that was at the store on the East Coast. And they were like, Alex, Monique was like, get the fuck away from me. You're freaking me out. Get the fuck away from me. And then it blocked their way in the aisle.
That like robot came up to him that like a thing in Star Wars, like
and Alex and Monique are running the other way.
That thing,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I think that's enough doom holing for this week. That was a good doom hole. Give your dogs some lovin's and let them out for God's sakes. What are you doing?
I mean, they're about to go and see the world.
Good.
The trash man came today.
Of
So
course.
they're exhausted from that. And,
Yes.
the cow, they saw cows. So,
Oh, they did.
yeah.
We had a guy on the ditch with some earth moving equipment. So I couldn't let Cooper out before. So he's been kind of crossing his paws. He's really excited to go out and go pee, to be honest. Because if he went out, he would hurt himself running down the hill to bark at this guy.
Yeah, we need to do that. So
Till next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers.